Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
This is not a knock, knock joke.
Sorry, I just gaffawfled. Go ahead.
You what?
I gaffawled.
Is that really a word?
It is. I can't spell it, but it is. It's gaffawful.
I don't believe it. Okay, but anyway, I was going to ask you a question. The question is, Jen, do you know why Formula 409 is called Formula 409?
Why don't you tell me?
Because you already know, but
I
you
do
wanted
know.
me to ask you the question anyway.
But I want you to tell us the truth, as I do know, but other people may not.
But you know what the funny thing is, that I don't even know if this is a myth by this point or not, but I just keep telling this, so it's become real. So Formula 409 is called Formula 409 because it took them 409 times of trying it to get the formula correct that they really wanted, to do the proper cleaning job.
I love it. And it ties in so nicely with our Unfuck It calendar page quote that we're going to be looking at today. And I thought that was the perfect intro. It says, a tremendous amount of amazing discoveries were made by accident, not by plan. Try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else. So I realized Formula 409 was probably planned to be a cleaning product, right?
Correct.
But I wonder how many times through the 409 times it took to get it right, there were amazing discoveries that might have been by accident. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? Sort
Well,
of.
I don't think they discovered a fucking Post-it.
Well, right. Post-its were by accident.
Exactly.
I love it. Here is something that is super interesting is that we always get to decide to try something else, right? So many of the discoveries, things that were invented, our lives, maybe didn't happen by plan, right?
Jen, so what's the date of that Unfuck Yourself calendar?
May 23rd.
And what is that day, Jen?
It's your birthday.
Okay, now read that again.
A tremendous amount of amazing discoveries were made by accident, not by plan. Try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else.
And I love that was on my birthday, because I freaking love that. Just do something. Try something. Try gazillion things. If you like them, keep doing them. If you don't like them, scrap them. And I think people just get so attached to things sometimes, and it just jacks everybody up.
You know, and I think they get, a lot of times, sometimes they get attached to outcomes.
Yeah, big time.
Of what it should be. And sometimes they get attached to the experience. It should be easier. It should flow more. I should be happy. It should be more challenging. So I think it's very interesting. I do think it's perfect for your birthday, though, because I do know that you live your life by it, that you love discovering stuff. You love trying stuff. You like being in until you're out. And if something doesn't work, try something else.
Exactly. And that's funny because that made me think of right there. I think the word plan is in there. And you know how much I hate plans. Like there's some plans, like making airline reservations. I do like that kind of planning. But other than that, like I don't like to have to make plans to get attached to having to do something at a specific time or be somewhere at a specific time. I'm like, great, let me just show up, do my thing, and I don't know, not get so stuck in a space because I feel like it just jacks up my flexibility.
You know, it's interesting because it says try something, and if it doesn't work, try something else. And what most people tend to do is they try something. If it doesn't work, then they beat themselves up. They, talk about how they're a failure. They will, not want to try anything new. And they put all this analysis into why it didn't work versus just deciding to do something different.
Yeah, like who cares why it didn't work?
Right.
And remember too, Smart people quit, right? If it's not working, sometimes it's really smart to get out. If you're not interested, if you're bored, if it's just not clicking, it's not keeping you fired up anymore, stop freaking doing it.
Yeah. And it's about deciding, do I want to keep going? Do I not? Do I want to change it? Do I not? Do I want to, going back to last week's episode, do I want to resort to the blue pill or the red pill? So it's about really realizing that life is just this great adventure. And it's about, what do you
I feel like there's some quote coming.
No, but it's basically, and we have the ability to try things, to change our minds, to have accidents along the way, to have things plan out on purpose. And it's just about deciding then, is this working or not? Do I want to move forward or don't I?
And not overthinking it.
100%.
That's it. Just don't overthink it.
Yeah, it's the overthinking is what really gets in the way from people living their best life.
Yep.
It goes back to what we said a couple of episodes ago about people hanging out in confusion in order to make decisions. And when people overthink, they're living in their head versus living in the reality of what's happening right now.
And on that note, wrap it up. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.